first elimination match of VCT China at the same time that the playoffs game of Pacific is happening, which makes everything kind of difficult. TYLOO versus Nova. This is TYLOO's map pick, and Nova chose to attack first. That is crazy. And so are the comps. You got the Phoenix yet again, Ice King on the Sova, and then also Breach. Otherwise, you know, fairly standard day at the office for Ascent, but these comps are definitely something a bit more interesting. Silver Recon, put before short. Saw some nice pistol rounds with the Cypher from Wolves against BLG the other day. TYLOO hoping to do a little bit better. They picked this map against Trace and got destroyed like 13-3, I think it was. Very one-sided. But TYLOO have been gifted the defense side to play on first. B-split's coming in. Nice proactiveness from TYLOO to just group up and push this B main player. So Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's force ghosted himself at the start. And Ice King hearing a lot of noise, and I think that Nova have overcooked this one. And to be clear, the pronunciation of the IGL, this player here from Nova, is Xiaodong. It isn't. Just to be clear. Anywho, why is Guan on duelist? What was that? That's how you make his name. But yeah, actually, you are right. Guan Wick isn't on duelist. Pang Hang. So they've swapped roles. You're right. I didn't even clock that. Nova had a duelist player cook off like that, and now they've put him on Sentinel. The only thing I can think of is like Guan is just gonna go find Angels on his own in a similar vein to what Vukashi would do. But yeah, this team, are they just trying stuff on the fly, perhaps? If you guys are need me, just ping, okay? I have it on the second monitor. Yeah, I mean, it's probably just the commands for IGL coach. Stuff like that. But it's going to be a pretty chill day. People have to update me with what the score is for T1 and Paper X as it happens. Hang did have a terrible series, but then the argument is that this guy had a terrible series, so we're going to put him on duelist. At least for TYLOO, the roles are fairly solidified outside of AAK. Because him and, like, I don't think these teams know what their sort of roles are yet. This is an anti-eco, so that's why I'm just... Only one kill coming in onto AAK. It is like both Sentinel players on Jet at this point. Alright. And whilst it's been a tight turnaround, I think, for these teams to get ready from getting partnership, the roster changes coming in potentially for some squads, and then also like this season starting shortly after the Lunar New Year. The copium for China, if they don't do well at Madrid, is just they haven't had a lot of time to prep. I'm quite sure that the partnership teams for China were decided, like, they were meant to be decided start of November, I'm pretty sure. It got sorted at the start of December. And I actually heard that the partnership list of teams changed a lot. Like, it wasn't, we're solid on these 10 teams. Like, I think that they were umming and ahhing about certain other ones. And no surprise, really, you've got massive organizations in China that didn't make it. RNG, Rare Atom, Weibo Gaming, like one of the biggest social media platforms in the country. Their esports team didn't hit. This is a bonus now, and Ninebody playing on Switch with a nice flash. Ricard's going to get some information, and Ninebody's just going to try and walk up on it and then press. This is nice, and Pang actually just fully flashed gets the kill. Bit unlucky, I think, there from Ninebody. It's a good idea. Him and HFMI, the new player from them from Attacking Soul, are like playing pretty nicely off each other. Triple market, they have an idea of it, but you kind of need to walk into it to break it, which is why Ice King's on the back site with a Phantom. Oh, the cage is so nicely timed onto stairs. I can imagine just playing back site with an Odin as Cypher would just be so impactful, but also so tilting to play up against. Yeah, you got Leading in Gaming as well, which like is one of the biggest like sportswear brands in China. Like LNG are in the LPL and they sponsor the LPL. That's how big they are. Every jersey, every like team jacket in the LPL was made by one of the teams, effectively. And the net worth of that is like, I don't know, like 300 billion or something stupid. Yeah, okay, that happened. That's Nova though, not winning the bonus. Against the bonus, sorry. Kind of a difficult thing for them to deal with. And to like give context for both these teams, TYLOO is like a pretty decent team. Like they've been like top 8, so I'd say they're like 8th to 10th. And I think that going into the season might change. Nova would be considered the worst team out of all 11 in China. Mostly because this team, this squad, didn't do anything. Like they didn't really, like in the Evolution series, like they did the worst. Like not qualifying for main events, just going out in open qualifiers. Like they weren't even a top 16 team, maybe not even top 20. So I wouldn't even say Nova was a tier 2 team in China, it's more like tier 3. But they kept everybody, and the only roster move that they made was bringing Guanji from Royal Never Give Up. Which, I liked him on that team. He was more of like a breach, like support flex player. But he picked up Nova. He picked up Neon. And they're looking to pick up this Eco, actually. It's just AAK alive. And there's no time, he's trying to get out. Pan gets him. Alright, so nicely done from Pang Hong to just get something going. He had a horrible series up against FPX. Nova nearly beat Trace Esports though. Yeah, but that was like in Act 1, I think. But that was like right at the start of this event.
而且其实都是没有能够互相协同补枪的情况下，反制的技能也没有给出来，所以天路是比较干燥的对枪的情况下，被对方有贴身的机会。
And like TYLOO, massive in like CS for China. Running back is going to be used. Paranoia recon. A lot of pressure put here. Kind of like a Vision Striker Shark Attack. Pang Hong just runs into this. That's a good setup actually from TYLOO. Aggression on B, Cypher utility on A. Nova's initial call is like, okay, they're pushing us B, so we're going to go A. And they just go right into the meat grinder and the operator as well from AAK. Good post-plant setup though, at least. Shandong and Guan are winning the fights that they need to. Ooh, ooh, nice free K. Who is pronounced Oreo? I mean, is it actually, so the name that they come out with on the walkout, was that just their like actual name, like their government name? Like, you could be trolling, I wouldn't know, but there's like been a couple of instances where like people's players' actual names have been said. Like TZH. Casters call Ooh Oreo. Okay, we're calling him Oreo then. So we have Oreo's government ID. Because they call TZH from DRG. A lot of like fucking letter abbreviations in this league as well.
好，已经陷入到非常深的一个位置，这个位置有机会去断对面的回防。
他就是要等回防的这个人，但是 Locking 经验非常丰富，他知道有人在。
谁主动谁吃亏。 这个位置一定是谁主动谁吃亏，但是胖豪先打一个，
they didn't clear Locking.
那暂时可以守住中路位置，但是中路你要做出一个抉择，向左走还是向右走
？OB1 没有离魂，他们现在已经确定 A 人少了，所以过来只看 B 区。
是往左给烟，往右拐，那这样的话。
And this is like an eco for TYLOO, but a gun has been picked up from AAK. Him and Ice King, Neural Theft. They're gonna use the Neural Theft.
但有点早。 这个神经曲，我认为拿到的价值并不是。
I guess there's no. I would have personally preferred it for like, if you get a kill here and then using it, or using it more for the post plant. You have some indication of that this is happening, but you also know that these guys are coming for the flank because of the cops that they got here. That's why they Neural Thefted. So. I think that's one of the reasons why Nova is so like well prepped for this. CB taking a duel where nobody else can help him, not ideal. In a common place that's going to get like cleared and pre-aimed, yeah, not good. Yeah, they do call him Oreo. Obi-Wan Kenobi, he uses the Force. The rolling, well, there's the Force actually. So Obi's just gonna peek out, knows that there's one underneath. Nice 4K from him. How do you pronounce the TYLOO's jet? Wait, who is the jet? Wait, TYLOO aren't running jet. You mean the other side? Oh, sorry, no, they are. They're running Jet Phoenix. AAK, I'm pretty sure. I think it's just phonetically spelled out. But I'm basing this based on like the little robot Microsoft Sam voiceover that they have for the walkouts. I'm gonna have to like see if Alan is down for a call to like go over some of the pronunciations. You can teach me some Chinese. Like how to read the Hanzi and like speaking Mandarin. You dislike people that brag or think they're above others? Wait, I feel like I've missed like a whole other discussion here whilst we're on a timeout. Somebody being rude.
那看一下接下来天路怎么说吧，自己现在距离民居应该是有相当远的距离了。现在
Zero in Chinese pronounced Ling, casters called Breach Oling O.
这一分看上去应该是一个步枪局，
Oling O.
狠狠吸了一口。
So they call him O0O basically.
双方互换了一下枪线，但这一分我觉得对于 Nova 来说战术就比较简单了。从这个站位上来看，就是 B 大给全面封锁，一波定点。
Yeah, Nip had a lot go wrong with them. Okay, good hold from Nova. It's TYLOO's timeout too. They have the operator, they have a buy. HFMI is an Odin. The recon is perfect, but they're just all hiding behind a box. There with the lockdown, they managed to move across now. In 4 seconds, HFMI just has to go. Is he going to get out into the smoke at least? Yes, he is. Shrugged out pushing. CB is 7 HP. Everybody pushes out and fights him there. Good trades from Obi-Wan. Alright. Olingo. Is it Ling, isn't it? Zero. This just turned into like a Mandarin lesson more than the game of Valorant. But the two most troll names in China in a head-to-head. Olingo.
这波1v1在非常不利的情况下，他操作赢了。
是的，而且幻影的魅力就在于，
I'm actually gonna pin this message just for my own sake, I think. We'll pin it for an hour.
天路其实第一时间在 B 大就已经很亏了。
对，两边其实已经互相猜到了对方的想法。
Can I not change it to
知道
60?
对方会抢 B 大，用全面封锁和离魂禁点，但是
30 minutes is the most I can have it
Nova
as.
这边其实
Really?
也想到了你的民居会
Yeah,
承压。
30 minutes then.
可以给自己的队员献上掌声。而现在3把
Olingo.
全部化作了泡影，对于天路来说，这个防守方的开局非常的糟糕。
确实，这一分上一分的 Nova 是打得非常
I
漂
know his
亮
name
的，
at
但是
least.
天路的存钱分其实之前是有
Anyway,
几分
this
半
is
上的
sort of
希望的
back and
但是
forwards now.
发
It was
现了 BY
Was it a timeout for TYLOO? I wasn't even paying attention. It was Nova that won the round. But maybe they called the timeout during the round, assuming that they were going to lose, maybe. Nice shot onto Pang On.
打对方经济类数据做的最好的就是，一般来说这个枪械都不会给对方升级，
或者说掉的比较远。
对，第一时间你是没有办法马上捡到的。确定了一下 A 大 Y 没有前压的动作，想要继续走一波 B 点，因为他们 B 点的前点是控得很死的。
但这分有离魂，其实打 B 是不错的，可以离魂到船屋去控制对面船屋内，这样的话可以一波确定点里有没有人。
天路这边。 没猜对，2选1赌
Alright, so there's a crash stack over towards A.
本来就是自己是存钱分，
是的，
然后又没有什么信心
with all of the pistols.
比较拼的这样一个赌的决策。
And B execute, which Guan is just full contacting up here. Alarm bot in CT now, and it's an open site, open plant. Gonna give it over to Olingo. 2-1 or 1-2? I don't know. I hope that this is like a full best-of-3 series, you know? For both these squads, we haven't seen an awful lot of them from Evolution. There's a lot of expectation on them to be like the worst teams, or two of the worst teams in China. Add all gamers to that mix. And maybe even Billy at this rate. And you might have like a pretty messy group. I mean, Billy are actually very lucky to be in the Group C where they just get the rematch. Because Billy playing up against, well, obviously JDG could have been an option. Played up against All Gamers. I would have thought that Billy would beat these two teams and All Gamers at the very least, but honestly, you never really know. It seems like a good match. It's less Papega, I think, than the first time that we saw Nova play. And TYLOO, yeah, kind of like the same. It's alright, it is just alright. You go for the same play over here. Did they actually clear out where the killjoy is? Guan has an operator too. Is there any like follow-up here? No, but you do have the jet pushing over in this spot. The more of aggressive fight here. It is just Guan on his own. But to be fair, the man is Guan Wick. He's alright on his own. And alarm bot to see if anybody else is going to try and push him. I think he's waiting for the turret to come up. Neme can maybe do the same with the turret, whilst the rest of the team is like resetting after some initial A aggression. Oh no, he even missed the owl run. Now Lao King is going to pick up the operator and he's pushing. This is like, aggressive from TYLOO. Aftershock going to clear on shot, but not quite get hit from by. He even chugged at it afterwards, which is kind of nice from Nova. Still is not really cleared that well. Wall bang, so a lot of damage done to Olingo. He's 2 HP. Yeah. Not a great round from either side, I don't think. If you don't like Guan, Duelist takes up on Killjoy, Giga Chad. Don't hate the idea. That was after... I think TYLOO got the first kill. I'm glad that they're having fun at least. That's all it's about. Also, the last round that we saw, I was going to say, with like the Cypher setup, with just it being like exclusively on the A side. That's more like akin to what we typically see from Cypher on this map. But I don't really think that teams have pushed what you can do with Cypher on this map. Nice from AAK to peek out. Trying to get more, and he does. He gets Obi-Wan, but sees info on 2 more players. He got some information from the Sova. Lao King kind of gets stuck on 9body as they both try to peek together. 9body just doesn't peek wide enough. Otherwise, I think that would have been an easier kill. AAK is maybe on for the ace here. Pang has found his way into the A site. However, the spike has been left in mid. Bladestorm has been used as well from Pang, I think. No, AAK. And a good turnaround from Nova, but it's still like these are messy, messy rounds.
在中路的一波交火之后，慢慢的把人数优势打了回来，尤其是 A 大这个胖豪绕的太漂亮了。
我觉得今天胖豪我们在赛前也讲过，在上一个 BO3 虽败犹
That's really nice from AAK.
的情况之下，他今天其实面临非常大的压力，他在第一个 BO3 里面也遭受了非常多的质疑。
And then just Ice King kind of gets stuck fighting for mid. I guess because the spike was dropped, so they didn't expect that lurk to come in. And also, the Cypher utility wasn't on A that time, so I guess Ice King was like, it's not my problem. Alright, round 11, Rolling Thunder. Ice King's trying to hold on. Outlaw in this corner, and HMI gets the right-click classic headshot onto Guan. So, somehow, yet again, it's a 3 versus 3. However, the guns are very much in favor of Nova, because TYLOO's sort of, I guess, half bot, by next to round 12. And post-plant setup should be, like, fairly good. They've smoked onto lane, and some guns have been picked up, so health-wise now, it's starting to look in favor for TYLOO. Really is a test of just those general fundamentals. How well do you approach a B post-plant and a B retake? Phoenix has used both flashes, and I don't think they connect onto anybody, but the timing of that made it pretty clean. Obi-Wan had to, like, turn around to see what was going on lane. That is when AAK peaked. I don't really know why they gave the defuse to AAK. Like, he's not going to be able to get his Bladestorm next round. I don't think it matters that much. And fairly clean fights. Do you think China's the best uppers? Mechanically, it's kind of crazy how well China's, like, competing now. Like, mechanically. It includes, like, rifles and sheriffs and stuff like that. Yeah, the opping and the experimentation with, like, attack opping and opping on different agents. But they're definitely onto something.
率先用象形无人机标定一个人，然后拿到手上的办法，
或者在安包之后去打一个安包后的一个手包也还不错。
Lau has to TP out. A lot of utility used. Hunter's Fury even sort of used towards Switch. Somehow not hit by anything, but 9body and AAK are just stood out in the open. And it allows Olingo to just kind of farm people. Weird fights again. I don't know. Did the player from Heaven get one? Or was it the player from Switch that got the 2? Because I'm like, it's so fast-paced, this game, it's hard to keep up. Right, so Ice King, IGL in a 1v3. 1. Good peek from the other 2 players. Alright, Nova, understandable why they chose to attack, I suppose. This is what I mean, like, most people would say that Ascent is a defensive-sided map. So, if a team picks it against you, playing on defense is probably the wise thing to do. However, because China's kind of still just, like, adjusting to the game, and obviously there's, like, Nova's running a pretty unique comp with a breach, they chose to attack first, and it's actually worked, so saying, like, Ascent is a defensive-sided map for sure, but in China, it might lean to attack because teams haven't really caught up with how to make the defense work. Because I think the key thing is, whilst this map is defensive-sided, that doesn't inherently mean that defense is easier to play. Loud audience today. Like, both of these are, like, fairly big orgs outside of Valorant. Like, TYLOO's been okay within China, like, last year. Nova, like I said, hasn't. But Nova's, like, big in a lot of, like, mobile gaming. I was like, they won PUBG Mobile 2020 and 2021, the majors, back-to-back. And TYLOO, mostly known for CS. They were in, like, Flashpoint League. And I guess Crossfire and stuff. PUBG as well, TYLOO's pretty massive in.
觉得今天 AAK 的表现确实比较亮眼。
Every map is attack-sided in China. For the most part, yeah. I do want to see more icebox with Chinese teams because, like, for them, it's a brand new map. That's kind of weird to think about, isn't it, really? Like, when China got the game, icebox wasn't in the map pool. So, for Chinese players, icebox, a breeze, are the newer maps than Sunset. I never thought about it that way, but that is kind of weird. It's pretty funny, though.
他其实是两个都非常克制你架局的这样一个英雄。
那半场战罢，欧林欧是比赛场上10个人击败。
Okay, now Nova's on the defense.
而且就是因为铁壁
I would
数高，他的惊雷卷地来的也
have
会
like I think this is the second time that like this Phoenix hasn't really hit from 9 body.
一边再战之后，对于 Nova 来说，他要面临一个很大的问题是，他没有像0
Haven waiting room. It'd be nice for it to be back, but like Haven was played from Chinese teams at Evolution. And I think they played it pretty well. Some teams experimented with the Viper, like a lot. Good pistol setup. Like the alarm bot on here is like a common one. We used to do stuff like this on Odd One Out. And the recon and the stun as well to sort of go towards Sub-Rosa. The shock dart from CB. This is nice from Nova. Some of the rounds that they have actually like cooked up are good, and I think this pistol is one of them. HFMI on his own. He was holding a default on a main. I don't know if he recon mid at all, but it would have been nice there, I guess. Really nice. And like for TYLOO, no utility was used as a response. They were just like, okay, we're just gonna aim duel this.
那看一下天路接下来面对一个5比8这一分存钱分的情况，因为没有安包这一分很穷，只有一把正义。
Nova now defense. The 2 players playing lane with the nanoswarm here and the turret watching. The turret's like, yeah, just watching on the angle. What's the plan? Is it a breach stun? Got the nanoswarm maybe to buy some time. Well, the attackers have seen 2 of them now. Don't peek this one at a time. Don't peek this one at a time, please. One's got the pistol out. That's all he needs. And one at a time. They're just like going out into that choke. One by one by one by one.
现在屁股后面也已经不行了。
对，而且是重生点和 A 小两面的一个。
Maybe a bit of an overstep for Guan. You're not going to give him a gun, no, because you've got Olingo holding it. Nice 2K from him. Why feed ops to Killjoy? That's the other side of it. That's a problem. I would have thought that a team that played some of them played CS for TYLOO. But some of the fundamentals would be a little bit cleaner from them. I think TYLOO have a job to pull this back. This is their map pick, too. My prediction was TYLOO would win this series. However, I did have Saint message me saying Nova Scrimbucks are actually pretty good, so maybe they would be like the better option over TYLOO. But I stuck to my guns. At the very least, like Nova winning a series like this is a big thing for them. And I think it really dooms TYLOO to be, I'd say, considered the worst team in China currently. Might change. Here's the bonus though for Nova as the execute comes in. One, the Deagle did a lot. He got his first ace, the first ace of China with it. And a good flash and stun to actually delay the players on stairs, but only so much that can be done. The execute at least comes out quite nicely from TYLOO. They only lose one gun. Ninebody gets a 4K and has his run it back for the next round. Pretty decent.
回防被断掉之后，其实因为你本来这一分枪械就劣嘛，其实对于 Nova 来说是需要集中人力的。
那船务只能孤掌难鸣了，没有等来救援的队友。
这一分打完之后，田路可以稍微安安心，因为我们看到再活一回也是已经准备就绪。
Paper X won the first map against T1 and now they're playing on Ascent.
这就是不死鸟的体系，在亚海选
Refresh your stream, you're behind. By how much? No, I'm live.
尝试拿首杀，但是现在胖豪的明居在
Maybe
防守
be
边
behind a little bit, but being behind a little bit isn't too bad.
看看他的明居怎么说。
And it's better to watch it on YouTube because the quality's higher. And YouTube is naturally a little bit behind Twitch.
位置相当保守，在集市的内部。过烟，中路这次非常尊重，给了过点烟。转向 A 小。
I was expecting this to be a bit more of a like shit show, I suppose.
A 小先给压力再说，山蒙蒂先躲开自己的不死鸟的终极。
And like it's been okay, it's just not been as clean as you'd have hoped. Kind of like watching like BBL and stuff in EMEA. But there wasn't like hilariously troll rounds from BBL, but just rough ones. You feel a bit more like pity than anything. Paranoid comes in onto site, does miss where Pang Hong is playing from, so he's got a good off angle and like just reacting off of the flash. Managing to spin around and get 9-body. CB is on the back of site, it's a 2 versus 3. And this is just a good buy of time for CB actually. Knows where that last player is. And they clear it up nicely. Good round, actually. Good response from Nova. I guess that's one of the only bad things about Phoenix Flash is just... It's a bit of an audio cue. Like here, Flash, you know he's coming in from lane. Also with the Cyber Cage, you get that audio cue that he's peeked through it. Why just trying to like Phoenix so much compared to EU and NA? Just a bit like... I don't know really. I wouldn't necessarily say that there's a lot of merit to playing Phoenix on Ascent, because fighting for the chokes in A main, B main with those flashes. Same reason why Phoenix was really popular on Haven. Just a big backwards and forwards, being able to get pushed out of garage, fight a little bit, force some utility out, and then with a second flash you're able to re-aggress into it, or you could even flash out of garage through double doors and try and fight mid. And I think that style of play for Phoenix and like being able to farm up the ultimates really quickly is like, it's solid. Is it better than a KO? Is a Breach or a Phoenix better than a KO? No. And for both of these teams, like the way that you play, you have to definitely like cook a lot more. But this is the second time out from TYLOO. Nova have used neither of those. And EA might have his work cut out for him as the coach, because this is starting to look a little bit steep, especially now that you're somewhat forcing half armor, even a stinger for AAK, but I think that's because he has Blade Storm. No, not really anywhere near it, but there's an operator in the hands of Pang Hong, lockdown, and like a Guardian at least for Ulingo, so... Nova haven't looked terrible, not at all. Like, I'm sure that, like, watching this back, there'll be a lot of stuff that they'll do that you'll notice, or like if Sliggy ever watches the VOD on his side, would sort of see that there's like a couple of like decision-making bits or utility that's gone wrong, but like from watching it as live, it's not looked as bad as it did yesterday. I say yesterday, but 2 days ago. Blaze Wall just isn't really that good to try and go through that choke, but it still gets the kill into CB. I'm fairly sure that you could do that Phoenix Wall better to be a little bit clearer through, but like that's a nice kill from Ulingo. That's a whiff and a half. Was that from Guan or was that from Ulingo? No FF just going to show exactly where Pang is. I mean, at this point, it might even just be worth saving the off.
看一下经济1600，但是队友是没有钱的。
He's going for it.
还是要操作一下。
He's hit by the camera. Just hit. Yeah, I'd save now. I would definitely save. Why are you still going?
但是他想尝试。
Did he be hit by the camera again? Why are you not saving? You have an AWP. I mean, he still made it way closer than it needed to be, but I don't really think that that was the play. It's not as if you're super far ahead money-wise or round-wise that you can have that luxury.
我觉得对于他个人来说，也会觉得，如果在对方这种进攻的情况下，自己的明具没有收益，那我就用步枪或者用自己的巨人过渡。
And then, yeah, it was Guan that just whiffed this completely. How do you pronounce the nickname of Nova's jet? I think it's Pang Hong. A lot of like the... Because I think it's the name, maybe. But like, this is like, usually like Hong Kong with K. Feng has it, like Feng Feng, F-A-N-G-F, plays for Trace. That's Feng Feng, so I think this is Pang Hong. And that's what the robot lady says at the start during the walkout. Is this a silly Valorant game or is it good? It's okay. It's fairly like lukewarm mid. As I say, as Guan just peeks into 2 with a classic and gets 2. Nova on pistols is always scary though, but Ulingo has to 1 versus 3 and he can't. We're doing our best with the names, yeah.
刚才这2分打下来，天路让自己在这一盘的胜算又回来了不少。现在两边是一个非常焦灼的情况。
Like we're learning, it's a learning stream.
对方的存钱分都会有一些可能显现被翻盘的情况，但是
That's a good recon though. Like I feel like for Nova, a lot of the recon dads that have come in from CB have just not been cleared very well from TYLOO. Like the pistol, some of them on the executes. In fact, I think both Sovas are getting a lot of value from their recons. Oh, and that's rough and Pang Hong. You don't get to do that against the Phoenix, I don't think. Recon is good from HFMI. Actually, it might have been the Eldron. Phoenix ult is sent back to where it came from. Rolling Thunder's going to be used. AAK has managed to work his way onto stairs. He does get hit by a Paranoia, but he didn't get hit by the Breach Stun. Now he's been hit by an Eldron. Guan is going to just get absolutely run over. AAK is on the prowl. And good round, actually, from TYLOO. A little bit messy from Nova. Just... It's the fact that they didn't expect it. Like, if the Phoenix has his ultimate, I don't think you could be that aggressive trying to play for B main as a jet. Like, the Odin spray as well from that angle, it's a little bit, like, suspicious, I guess. But AAK was very good at like clearing the rest of the site. Hey line. And I'm not too surprised that this is forced out timeout either. Is Guan the best player in Nova? From like the first series that they played against FBX, I've said so. Today I don't think they're really doing as much, but they are on a different role. In regards to like experience and what they've been able to do, yeah, I'd probably say that like Guan is up there. But I'm pretty sure that like Ice King is pretty experienced, like ex-CS player. Probably a question for Komodo, to be honest, to ask. But I'm doing good, line. How are you? It's a more chill day because we have a lot of stuff going on with Pacific. It's a qualifying day for Madrid for them. And Payback's 1 map up and 8-5 up on Ascent. It could be very quick first series. What was the halftime score? 7-5 Nova. Yeah, 7-5 Nova. 7 rounds on attack. Eco though, we might see an even scoreline. Nova throwing. Yeah, I think some of the decision making has been a bit odd. Not saving an operator, just going for it. This is nice though. Hunter's Fury doesn't get the kill on HFMI, but he knows he's there. He dashed out, he didn't pick up a gun. Guan, did he get the collab with them? I swear he's got more kills with the Sheriff than he has with a rifle this game. Probably this tournament. We don't, it's so annoying to not have the API because I genuinely would love to see how many kills Guan has got with the Sheriff and what he's got without it. 2 versus 3. CB is the operator in hand because the Blade Storm's activated from Pang. Liu King wins that fight. The other 2 players are coming in from Switch. HFMI is just running back because he has his Hunter's Fury. Neither player is looking to push him. And Liu King, nice ace. Better series from him. Like, I think one of the players that sort of passed the eye test for me, granted I didn't really see that much of TYLOO, but very early when I was watching TYLOO in like Act 2 play-ins, Liu King was pretty good. As he picks up the operator there, my bad. Good eco though, at least for Nova, but I guess you're going to be a little bit annoyed that you didn't win it. You forced out the Hunter's Fury though too. AK, attack hopping, 10-all. Big ultimate. I think Guan has had this lockdown for quite some time, right?
冲出了结果，也帮助队伍追平了比分。现在目前10比10平。对于 Nova 来说就很大了，天路的存款已经不知不觉垒到了一个非常高的厚度。而 Nova 他们现在每输1分都会有可能会直接被。
Was it 2 versus 5 or was it 3 versus 5?
这一分天路打得慢的主要原因就是 AAK 起到了一把进攻明车，要给他找到。
Because the Blade Storm got 1 at the start, Guan got 2 with the Sheriff.
今天天路总体打着跟玄帝剑的速度是相对来说比较慢的。刚才在一个无伤的
And
情
like,
况下面，
if they're on an
没有
eco,
人去第一时间处理一下玄帝剑。
支架飞羽苗的支架，胖豪站在大马路中间，他来让队友帮忙勾。
not saying it's still like it's still bad if they lose a 2 versus 5, but
直接选择溜了。
A 小已经知道了齐乐是守在 A 点的，触发了自动
you
哨
have to
兵。
give them some
他肯定是要围绕着他的全面封锁来做
like
事，
还要控 A 小，
尤其是在 A 小这个
power, I suppose, to play
他
from.
一定要重守这个 A
Like a
小
handicap
他只有一
is
个
the word I
人
was thinking
单
of.
守太久，知道了你中路放了自动哨兵，然后 A 点里面放了哨
TYLOO
兵。
playing a bit more for the lurk now. A lot of space given up. No killjoy utility anywhere from Guan, or was it just all cleared?
光其实在点里面变得越来越
Or they just rotated that it's all on B and it's just too far away. The lurk has cut through, Guan has got 1. TYLOO might have clawed this one back from the brink, and they know that the last one was lurking.
这就够了。
Hmm.
爆能器掉在了 A 小，顺势关哥们13秒钟的时间，没有太多时间操作了。
Nova might still win this though.
对面陷入了一个无尽的拉扯时间。
Got a plant.
他不能再取消暗包。
He's faking it. Oh, and he does have time just.
这一行好像够吗？好像够吗？但是
Luckily, Olingo, like,
让 SK 没有
tough position actually for TYLOO to plant it.
回收一下，再跟队友击拳。
I don't know if my brain can fathom what I'm seeing, but I just don't. I cannot remember these rounds as they're happening. Just because they're so silly. So it's a 3 versus 2 there.
A 小他们守不住了 ，A 小那个位置。
And then Olingo, yeah, really nicely done from him.
又慢了一点，对于
对
天路来说。
欧林欧这个2个击杀里面，寻敌剑占一半的。
Nice performance from the IGL here.
这样的话，对于天路来说，自己的追分势头在连追4分之后又被打断了。Nova 重新获得了一部分的。
There's a buy still for TYLOO because they've won the last few
还
rounds.
是可以冷静下来，依靠着全面封锁去打回。
And
他们不想
Cluster of Phoenix ult, not quite.
这一回合更加重放 A 小了，2个人全站在 A 小
Might have it for the
的位置
next.
A 大不要了
Should have
你
it
可
for
以
the
做 A 大
next,
近一点，
regardless
但
if
是
they
我
win
要
or
从 A 小
lose.
打回防。
而 B 大因为上一分胖豪的位置没爆。
And the Killjoy utility set up on A.
加大马路中间。A 小的位置。
Onin spray on B. You could hear it all the way from over here.
A 小不能不走人
And then the Killjoy and Omen playing together, paranoia in hand as soon as the alarm bot goes off.
非常好。
But it really depends. Like, for example,
让你往 A 点靠
if AAK's here, he could just dash in and get past it.
但捏着暗眼的
He might even just be like in the face. Even like Guan is spotted. So the setup play, the stun as well actually that comes in.
金光给了 A 小的过点烟。
It's nice, but there's no follow-up.
OB1 其实很慌，他很怕。
I think the TYLOO might have fallen for that if they didn't spot like the shoulder Guan.
其实还没有给太多，有闪光。
一旦赛博朋友消
And
失，他们就知道
I don't hate this off angle from Pang. HFMI is pretty low, but I think he's low from Onin spray.
玩不了了。而集市门口。
They know that one is in B main, so Ulingo plays off of that really nicely. Onin is on lane. Guan is peeking from CT. Has a bit of help there. This is actually like really good protocols from Nova to make sure that they have everything covered. Nice little crossfires. Nice off angles to play in from. Actually, a really good defensive round. 9 bodies hoping for a kill. Might even save the gun. Money is like, to be able to put something together. It won't be the best, but won't be terrible. I mean, at this point, yeah, just saving is probably good if they can get out. Doesn't know if there's anybody flanking, so he has to take his time. And it's fair to say that Nova aren't really in a position money-wise that they can go hunting for it either, so they're just going to hold on to their guns. TYLOO was top 4 at 2023 China qualifier. Now they're losing to Nova. Yeah, but though, like, I haven't watched like any of the old qualifiers, you know, like for Champions, for Tokyo. Maybe I should. Maybe it's like a good history lesson there. Some good VODs to watch. But one, it was so long ago. Different map pool, different meta. But we also... ooh, Olingo has gone down. But also, like, we have had a big tournament of Evolution and Ascension in between. So...
离魂过来的 Obi-Wan 迅速被神经曲系确定了自己的位置。这波有点不巧，你知道有一个离魂过来的人要不要去转顶
Alright, so now TYLOO 5 versus 3. Plus 2 players on the site. Neurotheft as well has shown up. Where these defenders are. CB still trying to fight this. There's the run it back, set back instantly from CB. And Obi-Wan just sprayed for the smoke, managing to survive. Has the TP if he wants to get off of site. Him and CP are now sort of being isolated a little bit. Guan gets one before he's traded. Now Obi-Wan in a 1 versus 3. If he wins this, we're calling it the Obi-Wan v3. 1v2, can't get any more. Nobody does well.
但是对于 Nova 来说，这一波也是 B 点里面显得吊人有点过
Silly game. I think if this was on another map, it'd probably look a little bit more crazy with some of the stuff that they're doing. But because it's Ascent, I think I'm just numb to it. Also, like doing game changes, there was a lot of like Tiger Anonymo ran this comp with the Breach, and I think NASA ran a very similar comp to what TYLOO were running. And we lost to them both, which isn't a good sign from us. So maybe that's why I don't like either of these comps, because they're just a little bit silly and they beat me.
而且我觉得教练是非常需要在这个时候站出来支招，并且勇于承担一下后果的。24K 不知道有没有3个技能，也不知道他到底这个时候掏出来是哪一个。常驻观赛嘉宾 Sky。
She had no idea how to react then. Like, she needed like a second to compose herself. I think SSK also joined the team in Mina, am I right? Probably. There's a lot of like Russian players going over to Mina. They're playing with notebooks and pens, very pro thing. Yeah. Got all of the pages printed out. Somebody had a massive hold up, I can't remember who it was. I think it might have been a Pacific coach. Are we going to get overtime in this one? One chance though for TYLOO. Sorry, I'm kind of trolling on this. Close recon dart. See if anybody's close. It isn't. Killjoy setup is over on here. I think Nova had done at least a better job at not trying to fight for the chokes and face them, which gives a lot of space up for TYLOO on his executes. I'd say that Nova's done a better job of holding on to B than A. The recon dart all the way from over here. It's a nice little Shazam one. But that's bad coordination from Nova. That's somebody saying like, oh, they're in on A, and then the recons come in and there's nothing. I mean, they should know that somebody's in on site. So the recon is like peaked too soon. Now, there's no information for TYLOO to work with here. The Silver's over here, so you can't outrun it. You don't have a KO knife, so there's now this big question mark on the A site. that Nova need to worry about. They don't know if somebody's like lurked in. They don't know if somebody's pushing heaven at this point. If they've smoked it, like, somebody could be in on the site then. They'd have no idea. They are leaning more towards B. The Omen, fake towards A. I was so nervous for a second that he would have done that. But they didn't hit the TP over here. Nobody from Nova has fallen for it, though. TYLOO have tried to, like, cook up an interesting mid-round, and they might just win on the fights alone. But there's 10 seconds. There's still a Rolling Thunder in hand. And Nova have kind of botched it. Now there's a lockdown. Plant! Plant! There's no time! I'm choosing to watch this over T1 versus Paper X. I just want to be clear on that. I chose this for myself. We need to see that again. That is... Something must have happened here. The TPing onto site, it just didn't get there in time. Like, Luo can get slowed down here. Is it? It's because he goes for this Omen TP fake. I can't believe it. I thought it was like he was scared of the lockdown and just didn't plant. But no, he was just so late. I didn't... Oh, the Rolling Thunder slows him down because he runs back. Look at him. He's about to go and then he steps back. Then he has to, like, TP. Yeah, he just doesn't have it. And they actually do kill. Look at this. They get everybody, but they run out of time right at the last second. Oh my god, this is actually ridiculous. One player alive. Guan here. Look at this. If HFMI doesn't whiff, TYLOO get to overtime. And he dies less than half a second later. That has to be the fucking dumbest way that I've seen a round ever end. This outdoes, like, melons for me. Because Nova almost lose the round as well because they're fighting. This is beyond KC level. This is if Scream learnt Chinese and went to China and played on these teams level. I hope somebody's clipped that and sent that to Sliggy. Send it to Josh. Send it. People need to see this because there is no coming back from it. We have dedicated our lives to this scene. Oops, sorry. I can't. I can't.